3.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Baseball Hall of Famer, a distinguished member of the most elite organization in baseball, a first ballot Hall of Famer and widely recognized for being one of the most prolific base stealers in baseball history, none other than Lou Brock, Southern University graduate. Well, went to Southern, left in your junior year.
I left my junior year
to go play ball.
I did get my honorary degree from Southern, so I was okay.
Thank you, thank you. Well, it is a pleasure to have you here. Mr. Brock, you're here on business, but I want to talk a little fun stuff first.
Okay.
Baseball, what was the passion? I know you were pretty darn good.
You know, it's funny you use that word passion because I believe that to participate in sports, you got to have a passion.
Right.
And the passion is your dream, and most of the time when you have this passion or this vision without a passion, if you stay with it, it generally comes to fruition. So I had this passion as a kid to become a ball player.
Right.
Why, I don't know, but it all worked out.
Right. Who were your influences growing up? Who was somebody you watched and say, I want to be like him?
Well, when I'm 9 years old, first time I ever heard about Jackie Robinson.
Wow.
And Jackie Robinson was just coming into baseball as a black man, and now as a kid, I actually wanted to go out and help Jackie Robinson. And that was my motivation to get into baseball.
Yeah, he was an amazing player.
Yeah.
Who was probably the best player you played?
I would say Bob Gibson was one of the better players. However, the best athlete I think I ever saw was a kid named Reggie Smith. I mean, he was really put together, had the speed, the power, the agility. I mean, he was a big man, could do all those things.
Right.
And so people today borderline him with Bo Jackson and Bo was pretty good at being an athlete.
Right.
But Bob Gibson still played good the best.
Well, quick question, kind of play upon was we heard this guy called the Man of Steel. He broke your record, 1,400 stolen bases. Did you ever talk with Ricky about that? And you guys know each other?
I know Ricky real well. In fact, I was his tutor along the way.
Oh, wonderful.
As a 17-year-old kid breaking into baseball, he spent his own money to come into St. Louis to talk to me.
Wow.
And I asked a question. Why do you want to steal bases? Why do you want to steal bases? And he said exactly what you just said. He says, I like it. That was that passion. You knew full well nothing could stop him after that.
Wow. Well, you taught him well.
Yeah, I was trying to help him out on the night that he did break the big record, and I asked him to write something up, which he did.
Okay.
And I said, I need to see it tomorrow morning. I was in Oakland for this record-breaking event. And Ricky didn't show it to me. Now was the day that he had problem with the conjunction of that.
I understand.
Lou Brock used to be, but not I am. But he left out of. Today I feel like Muhammad Ali, the greatest.
Right.
So he said, well, I'm sorry. It's out there now.
Yeah, it's all right. we all know.
Right.
Yeah, you know in your heart.
Yeah.
Well, the reason you're here in Baton Rouge, we really appreciate you coming, is this devastating disease called diabetes that people talk about dying with diabetes, but living with diabetes. And you seem like you've done a great job of managing your blood sugar. Tell us a little bit why you're speaking on diabetes and what is your reason for talking to me.
One of the big reasons I talk about diabetes is that people look at it not as a death sentence. Much like you hear the word cancer, right away people take inventory of the death cancer, a death certificate and all that can be associated with it. But this disease called diabetes in time has the same effect. And we don't put a lot of emphasis on it. Therefore, we follow it in life. And because we follow it, amputation is the biggest cost in diabetes. You're going to have your hands be taken off, your feet taken off, and then the next thing happens to your heart is gone. Unlike cancer, you have a problem and all of you are gone. Diabetes takes away things and then puts you away.
The silent killer.
Yeah, he's the mean guy.
He's slow, silent killer.
Yeah.
In your speaking, what are some of the myths that maybe you hear from the people that you speak to, or things that bother you about what people say, like they feel defeated or they think that they can't do anything about their diabetes?
One of them is, from a man point of view, especially in the Deep South, we seem to think that the medicine in diabetes caused us to have sexual desires problem.
Right.
And we stopped taking our medicine because of that.
Exactly.
And when at the same time, you actually check it out when you do that, because the medicine had nothing to do with that.
Right.
The disease itself is the one that numbs your fingers, your ears, your toes, and those kind of things.
You're right. Ms. Brock, I appreciate your time. If you had any parting words for the audience, for listening audience, what would you have to tell them about diabetes, about your passion, about life?
I would say find a lifestyle to live with your diabetes. Have your diabetes follow it. You don't follow it. Learn the protocol, whatever it may be, the rules and regulations, how to govern this on a daily basis,
right,
where it is not taking up your time, because diabetes is manageable.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Hall of Famer Lou Brock. We appreciate your time. We appreciate Mr. Brock's time. Southern graduate, 17 years with Cincinnati?
St. Louis, 17.
St. Louis,
yeah,
and
yeah.
3 years with
Chicago
Cubs, an amazing man.
20 years.
20 years, and I don't think guys play that long anymore.
No, they don't.
Dr. Whitfield, Lou Brock, thank y'all so much.